Welcome back into Bobcat Live. Great to have you out here at Wayward Social. We've got a great crowd here tonight. Big lineup as tonight we talk with Adam Goodvin. We talk football, players out here. Also girls swimming and diving, boys cross country, and also boys golf as conference champs again. Good stuff there, huh? That's awesome. Back-to-back years, Iowa Lions Conference champions. And congrats to Lucas Johnson and the golfers. We'll talk to Jacob Thiessen. He's coming up later with the golf squad. But first off tonight, we are without Dylan Doze. It is his birthday today, and we found a little his birthday card from the staff, and we thought maybe we would read a few of them on here. Have you ever seen his license plate on his vehicle? It's 4 Doze. Okay. Because he's got 4 in the family, so we make fun of him like, what are you for? So there's a lot of that in here. Todd, Doze 4, question mark. It's kind of an inside joke, you know. But anyway, Doze, thanks for being a great friend. Of all the color guys, you're one of them. That's what I wrote. So, no? Not as funny? No one thinks that's fun. Anyway, we'll get Dylan his birthday card later. So anyway, Dylan, happy birthday. I don't even know what he's doing. I don't know. You don't know?
No, he should be here.
No, he should be here. He's missing out.
On my birthday.
He will be. Now we know you're lying. We know you're lying. Anyway, welcome in. Brandon Lewis with you. Head coach Adam Goodvin. Coach, 44-7 got the victory on Friday night at Ottumwa. And, of course, the game canceled at halftime. We talked a little bit, you and I, earlier, but such an odd setting. But, you know, obviously at the end of the day had to make sure that safety was top of mind, and the decision there for people who maybe don't know, the game canceled at halftime. There was, you know, reports of gunshots, and our camera guy, Keith, heard those. The officials did. They hit the ground, that kind of thing. So out of abundance of caution, the game was called at halftime. But I guess tell me a little bit on your side how that all went down a little bit.
You know, it's I still really don't know. It was kind of a bizarre situation to be in. You know, we weren't in our locker room at halftime. It was pretty warm in there, so we were down on the east end zone, and you know, the band was out on the field playing, and we were going through halftime adjustments, and you know, talking about our plan for the second half, and and then I think it was Sam Griesel came up to me and was like, something's going on down there, Coach. And we looked down and couldn't really see what was going on. And, you know, we went out and warmed up, and then the officials came over and talked to me and kind of filled me in of, like what you just said, there was reports of that going on outside of the stadium. And, you know, when you look around and nothing was out of the ordinary. So it was just very bizarre all around. So
yeah, what's it mean? I know you mentioned last week when we talked that, you know, you had your best week of practice and then you go out and you dominate in a 44-7 win like that. What's that mean to see your guys work harder than they have all season and have it pay off like it did?
You know, it's huge. You know, we talk about it all the time, you know, and that's the easy part, is talking about how important it is to practice well and be consistent with that. And for us to practice well last week and then go out and play the way we did, it just kind of proves that, you know, we're not just blowing smoke here. You know, there's some truth behind this. And we had another great week of practice this week, and I think it all starts from the mental aspect of things. And I think our kids did an outstanding job of being locked in at practice, and you know, I think we got better. So
yeah, you know, to go from, you've had a lot of adversity this year, not only last game and that, you know, that week at Ottumwa, but you know, you've made a quarterback switch, which, you know, has seemed like that really benefited Xavier Anderson to be able to not only be an effective rusher, but also an effective linebacker, and then help your team in multiple areas. And then he goes out and he passes for a touchdown on the first play of the game. Later he scores. You know, just asking a lot of those guys to maybe change their role differently than what they maybe anticipated going into the season. What's it say about guys and other guys who have also done that?
You know, I think we've got a lot of guys that are team first guys. You know, that's what they're all about. And you know, Xavier specifically, you know, he said that to me multiple times. You know, he's gonna do what's best for our team. And you know, we felt like using him in alternative roles is gonna help us be a little more successful. And I think last Friday was just a small glimpse of how, you know, we imagined that going.
Did you feel good about, though, like where the game got left? Like, obviously you want to finish that game, but you didn't have an opportunity to go out in the second half, which maybe, you give up a few touchdowns, guys get down on themselves. I mean, you kind of left on a real high note there at halftime. You feel like that was a little bit to propel you into this week, or did you feel like you missed out a little bit?
I hope so. I hope so. We talked Monday afternoon and right before practice about how important momentum is. We got it from the very first play of the game, and we wrote it out the entire first half, and and it was awesome. It was fun,
Mm-hmm.
and then we also talked about how, if we're on the flip side of things, how important it is to put an end to that as fast as possible, because that could happen to us as well. So
I know Tate Ring has battled a little bit of injuries early on in the season, but he finally got his first touchdown of the season. Was that a good moment to see from him?
Oh, absolutely. It was a matter of time. He's a special athlete that is probably our most consistent worker, and it was a great play there, and proud of him that night.
Yeah. How's he feeling going into week 6?
He's feeling great. He's continuing to work hard every single day, and he looks good, and he's healthy, fortunately. So, hopefully we have another big night out of him tomorrow.
Yeah. As you get ready for week number 6, you prepare for the Wahawks of Waterloo West. Two teams that haven't met in over 5 years. 2016 and 17, I believe, were the last 2 meetings in Waterloo West. Won both of those. So what's your assessment of a team that you haven't really seen a whole lot of except for, in the film?
Yeah, kind of like we talked earlier, they're a young group. They're not overly big. They got a few bigger O-line, D-line guys, but they're very athletic. I think like I told you earlier, I think their running back was a top 10 guy in the state in the 100-meter dash. So number 7. So he's going to be a load to handle and maintain, or contain. But I think if we can come out the way we did last week, not necessarily talking about the handoff double pass, but the intensity that we had and the how locked in we were mentally, I think I do like our chances.
Yeah. Ben Frazier, who you're talking about, the running back, number 7, just a junior. He stands at 5'7", a small guy. I kind of asked you a little bit earlier today what your thoughts are on facing a tumble where they had some of those big backs, and then you go into this week where you see a little bit of smaller playmakers, but a very athletic team. When you have to go from week to week, how do you prepare for that kind of thing? Because one week it might be more physicality, there was more finesse one week, that kind of thing.
Well, I think it's always physicality, and again, I think it starts with our 4 or 3 down linemen on the defensive side, getting pressure consistently on the snap of the football. So if they're able to do that, then our backers are able to find or shoot gaps and flow to the football, and good things happen.
When you see a team who's had 58 plus yard touchdowns, they've had about 5 or 6 of them. They've had some big plays. What's a game plan to try to limit those big plays, just so that they don't kind of, the old Randy Moss take the top off the defense kind of thing?
Yeah, all 11 guys on that side of the ball have got to do their job, and they've got to do it every play. We put a lot of emphasis on pursuing to the football this week in practice, and, we can't just assume somebody else is going to tackle them. No, we got to have all 11 guys swarming to the football every single play, and which that's effort. So that's going to be what's most important and on a consistent basis.
Who stood out in your mind over the past couple of weeks has kind of maybe taken even more of a step forward? We talked earlier today, some of the sophomores have really stepped up. I thought Davis Ragland has been playing phenomenal defense. There's a lot of guys that I can think of, but who in your mind kind of sticks out?
Well, the two that in my mind kind of stick out, Davis being one of them. He's getting beat up every single week, playing that linebacker position and fullback. He's our main our first guy lead blocking, and and Goody knows what that's like. He'll be able to talk to you a little bit about that here in a second. Those two guys are doing a lot of the same stuff, and the physical beating him, and then guys like Lincoln Barker are taken, and just the ability to overcome that and still be able to keep their head on straight and play the game of football and do what we're asking out of them has been extremely impressive, and fortunate to have those guys.
Yeah, one thing we haven't talked about is Luis Mungay the kicker. He's come in, done a really nice job. We were talking to Johan Gomez last year at this time about his kicking game, but Luis has done a really nice job for you. A couple field goals made. I think he's only missed one PAT. He's 8 of 9, so he's been a really nice find for you. I don't know if everybody knows how you got him to come out for football this year.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It was kind of easy. I mean, he's in my homeroom, and last year as a sophomore, I started talking to him a little bit because I knew he was a big soccer guy, and simply asked me, hey, you got a strong leg, and I knew he did. I know he's a pretty talented soccer player from what I heard from everybody else, but talked to him a little bit about football, and he didn't know a whole lot at all, and still doesn't know a whole lot. But we got him out there, and the growth he's made in just this month and a half or whatever it is has been outstanding. But I guess when you're starting down here, that's the only way you can go is pretty far up. But proud of him. He's coming out every day and willing to learn, and he can his ability to kick the ball just as well with his right and left leg is unbelievable. But we're glad to have him.
He got kind of bumped up in the game against Davenport North, and I think he was kicking left, and then he got hurt, and so he kicked the field goal right, or maybe I have that backwards.
His switch, wasn't it? Wasn't he kicking right?
He was kicking right, and then kind of hurt the right foot, so then he kicked left or the plant foot or something.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I've never seen a high school kid be able to do something like that, which is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. Yesterday he was just trying to kick touchbacks with we know he can do it with his left leg, but he's like, no, I can do it with my right as well. Sure enough, he's putting him right down there on the goal line. So
well, that's just it. I don't think we had seen a touchback until last week, and I think he had 4 touchbacks last week.
Yeah,
so that just goes to show the improvement that he's put into that game, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely, and I'm not so sure he understands how important that is for him to do that.
Oh,
how
exactly.
much easier it is on our defense for him to do that. So,
that other team has a Trayshawn Brooks back there,
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to talk to Jacob Goodvin as well as Johan Gomez coming up in a little bit. But what stands out to in your mind about these two guys that like Johan last week, a huge game for him?
Yeah, Johan, he was extremely physical. I think, and he was extremely physical from the get-go, and I think some of our other guys were able to feed off that, and, going back and watching film, and, even talking with my dad over the weekend, he's like, hey, we couldn't block him. We really struggled to block him, and, and then even Jacob playing a lot of, or playing inside on the D-line, he shot gaps quick, exactly what we're asking him to do, and anticipated him doing, and, they caused a lot of havoc, and extremely proud of them.
Yeah, that was the one thing that, Jacob's played really good at linebacker this year, but I was really impressed by how he was able to get down and on that 4-3 line and be able to be a disruptor out there.
Yeah, we can't move, everybody like that, but he's a smart kid and picked up on it pretty quick.
Yeah, the versatility again. We mentioned it just a little bit ago, being able to do that. Final point on Waterloo West, your opponent tomorrow night. 6:30 is the pregame. Kickoff is at 7:30 from Memorial Stadium in Waterloo. You guys were there a couple of years ago. Pretty nice facility there in the kind of Cedarloo area. Waterloo West, we talked about them. Athletic, that kind of stuff. What's your big thing you're preaching to your guys going into this game?
Told them Monday our message this week doesn't change from last week. If we can take care of our effort, our attitude, and our toughness, things should work out in our favor.
All right. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Appreciate it.
All right. Head coach Adam Goodvin with us here on Bobcat Live. We'll talk to Johan Gomez as well as Jacob Goodvin when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Sign up now for the bowling league at Wayward Social in Marshalltown. So enjoy that like you did so many times in the past. Also enjoy their outdoor patio, Gutter Point patio and bar for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials each Tuesday through Friday. Happy hours from 3 to 6 p.m. Also Tuesday through Friday. It's a great place to meet your friends after work. Whether it's bowling, dining, the arcade, or your favorite beverage, Wayward Social is the place for you on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problems. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Back in on Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV. Thanks to a great crowd coming out tonight. And, hey, be sure to show your student ID if you're getting food here tonight. Get a discount on that food plus specials. And also, Wayward Social open for lunch. Pizza by the slice. So come by and check out Wayward Social. We invite you out here live each week from 6 to 7. We are on the Gutter Point patio. Sorry, guys, the sun is at that right level right now. But welcome in, Jacob Gudith. How are you?
I'm doing good today. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. And Johan Gomez, how are you?
Good.
It's been about a year since we've talked to you, Johan. Got back into the lineup last week, 5.5 tackles. But the big play for you was that pump block and recovered it and took it into the end zone. That's every big man's dream right there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What was your reaction? What was everybody's reaction after that play happened?
I mean, everything was hype. The momentum was there. Like, everything we needed, it was just set there and gave us the momentum.
Yeah. Your physicality, Coach talked about it, but bringing that, where does that come from? Is that just something inside your blood? You just...
Yeah, that and mixed with the 4 extra weeks I had.
Yeah.
Just a little anger off that.
Yeah. Jacob, we talked a little bit with Coach about that change for you, going from linebacker, getting down in a stance, going on that defensive line. But you were back there helping disrupt things. How did that process go for you, going from linebacker to defensive line? Was it smooth, or was there things that you had to kind of work on getting ready for that?
I thought it went pretty smooth. It was kind of a challenge at first to completely change my mindset from a linebacker to a D lineman, but once I really started getting going, it went pretty smoothly. I had all the coaches were a great help. I had my teammates, Johan, Nacho, really helped with everything. So I think it went smoothly last week, and it went even better this week.
Yeah, what's that biggest change for you when you go and be on the defensive line? Is it just gap assignments are different, that kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, I'd pretty much just say it's gap assignments. I mean, I'm still flying towards the ball, hitting someone, trying to make a tackle. So
yeah,
I've been able to use some linebacker skills, even on D-line, just trying to shoot those gaps and get the ball.
I feel like, having Johan back really helped. We saw Lincoln Barker make some big plays last year, and he came in. Ignacio Macias, you guys call him Nacho. He's been a little wrecker back there as well, a sophomore. And so being able to have a lot of different guys who bring those tools, do you feel like you guys are finally kind of getting into a role at this point in the season?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right, Johan, so we talked a little bit about the kicking game. You only had one punt, but that's still an important part of your game, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Did you grow up playing soccer? Is that kind of the easiness for you about the kicking game?
Yeah, when I was little, actually, I grew up playing soccer and just made the change 7th grade.
Okay. So it's been a good one, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you still play soccer, or are you going to go out for soccer? Or?
I played this past year, but
okay.
This year I think I might do track and get in the weight room a little more.
Okay, all right. I'm sure Coach doesn't mind that.
Oh,
no. I know the first 4 weeks didn't go your guys' way, but how refreshing, Jacob, was it to get that win last week?
It was amazing. We really needed a win like that. The spirits were high after that.
Yeah, I bet.
The first couple weeks there, we were pretty low, but I mean, getting a win like that is just, it's big. It's big for the rest of the season.
Johan, you feel like that'll hopefully propel you guys into this week against the Wahawks?
Yeah, especially with how things went last week. Hopefully we can deliver the same and just finish the job.
Hopefully you get a full game, 4 quarters this week, right?
Fingers crossed.
Johan, what's biggest challenge against going to the Wahawks and their offensive line? They got a couple of seniors, a junior, a sophomore in the mix there.
Yeah, I just heard that they're big, but to me that doesn't matter. It's just getting the job done.
Mm-hmm. How are you game planning this week?
I mean, they've got a really good running back there. He's really fast. Saw a couple times on film he gets outside and burns a lot of teams. So we've really emphasized forcing him inside and rallying to the football. So that's what we're really working on this week.
Yeah. Now, I know you guys get a little bit of playing time on offense, but you guys are mainly big defensive guys. I mean, is that – I'm just – my background, and that's the only side I actually played and started on. So I would rather hit somebody than be hit. Is that your guys' mentality too?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What other things are you guys involved in outside of football?
I used to play basketball sophomore year. I didn't go out last year. Toying with the idea this year. Also toying with the idea of either tennis or track, but mainly just football right now.
Yeah. Awesome.
Lifting. A lot of lifting.
Yeah. Johan, I know you're a big wrestler.
Yeah, just wrestling.
And maybe track.
Yeah, maybe track.
No baseball or anything of that nature?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm sure Coach Mann, though, is putting little bugs in your ear during lifting, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
How impressed, speaking of that side, because you guys kind of alluded to it as far as, that training aspect, what's it like to work with Coach Mann and the plans that he puts together? How has that kind of helped you develop as a player, Jacob?
I mean, he's had us lifting all the time since our freshman year, so we've really been able to get a good feel in the weight room. We're really pushing ourselves. I felt personally I've gotten stronger every year. I played football with him, and he's gotten us ready for games. We feel really good going into every week.
Yeah. Johan, how about for you?
Kind of like Jacob, but I don't know. I have a 50-50 relationship, showing up, and for when I don't, he does hold me accountable, and I think that's what makes me the athlete I am.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel. Big 3.
If you miss, you got to do something as a.
Oh yeah, you never get away.
Yeah, we have a punishment wheel for it.
A punishment wheel. All right, that's good. All right, guys, best of luck this week. You were up there, right? Did you play against Waterloo East when you were at Memorial Stadium?
Yep. That was my sophomore year.
I think you would have been a freshman, that year. But anyway, turf. So you guys are familiar with that. How big has it been this year to be on that new facility?
It's been awesome. We've played almost every school we've played at had turf, and it's just been awesome having the new stadium.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot more people are coming out and watching the games, supporting the team. Hopefully we can get them another win this week and another win after that at home. Give us the first home win.
Yeah. Hey, good luck, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, thanks for the time. Give it up. Yeah, Jacob Goodvin as well as Johan Gomez for Bobcat Football. When we come back, we'll talk girls swimming and diving right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
There's a city within a city not far from here. This city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family. We want to be there for your first car, we want to be there for your family SUV, and we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Back in on Bobcat Live. Thanks to a big crowd coming out here tonight. Appreciate it. As we'll talk cross country as well as boys golf in just a little bit. Welcome in the girls swim and dive team. Coach Leah Barkema, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. Never had you on before, so it's good to finally meet you. And tell me a little bit about the season. I know you were taking on Mason City, a close loss on Tuesday, but overall you've been doing really well this season.
We have been doing really well. We've had a really small team, but we've been a little bit tiny but mighty. We've had a lot of close meets. We swam a lot of the Des Moines public schools in the first half of our season, so that's been a great confidence builder. We've had a lot of success there. We had Mason City on Tuesday, and we were really happy to be able to keep that to a 6-point meet.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of points from our sprint freestyle relays, so we've got some strong sprinters there. We've got some good leadership in those events, and we've been grateful to have a lot of diving points as well along the way.
Now, not every match you go into or meet, do they have a dive team? Is that correct?
That is correct. We've been a little bit unlucky there. We've had a lot of meets this year where diving was not an event. So if the host school does not have a diving board, they can just cancel the event.
Okay.
So our divers have missed out on, I think it's about three competitions.
Oh, wow.
We'll make up for it. We've got a diving invite coming up in, I think, 2 weeks. But we've been a little bit short on the diving competition side.
Yeah. We've got Meredith Cotis as well as Avery Whitcop. Ladies, thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I guess just tell me a little bit about how your season's gone so far.
Pretty good. I don't know.
What events do you compete in?
Mainly the 100 fly and 100 back.
Okay, all right. So tell me a little bit about the difference in those two and how you have to maybe prepare a little bit different to get ready for those meets. As far as swim styles, do you just practice and then you work on other ones, or is there a little bit of crossover there as your preparation goes for those?
I kind of work on all the strokes because I also do IM a little bit, but I'm not very good at breaststroke.
Okay, all right.
So I kind of just...
So work a little bit. All right. So what events are you in?
I normally do the 100 breaststroke, and then my second individual event kind of fluctuates and kind of changes, I guess, just depending on what they need in the meet, I guess.
Okay, all right. So what do they bring to the table?
Meredith is a really good rover for us, so she can really fill any spot that we need. We are almost always needing a breaststroker. I think we've been needing a breaststroker for 10 years. So Meredith does a really good job about stepping up into that breaststroke role and doesn't mind some of those middle distance freestyle events. It's a lot easier to find a sprinter than somebody who wants to do the middle distance events. So we really appreciate anybody who can step up and fill those roles.
Yeah.
Avery has been a strong swimmer with us. She's a senior, so she's been a strong swimmer with us for 4 years, and she's been a little bit more towards that sprint events, but lots of 50s, lots of 100s. All of the relays at the high school level are sprint events, so we really value those sprinters because they can contribute individually and on a relay.
Yeah.
So we've used Avery a lot there, and she's experimented a little bit with the butterfly and kind of found a home there the last couple of years. That's a hard event to call your home. Very few girls would like to claim that one, but she does a nice job at it, and she can also do all of the strokes, so she's been working on the IM the last couple of meets. And
now, what's the IM?
That's all of them. So it's the individual medley, so they'll do a 50 of each stroke. They'll do a butterfly, a backstroke, a breaststroke, and a 50.
Wow.
So a little bit of everything.
Yeah. My sister was a swimmer in high school, and so I got a chance to kind of see how it really goes. And it's amazing because I think the hardest thing would be is not the swimming aspect, it's the breathing, to try to control yourself to make sure that you have enough endurance and you're not. Do you find yourselves both really having to work on that part?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. How do you work on that?
Just in practice, you hold your breath. You do a lot of breath control.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do some underwater 25s that kind of help. So basically, just swimming a whole 25 underwater.
Oh, wow.
To kind of like lengthen our breath control, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some of the things you don't think about, right? I mean, there's a lot of different aspects that go into this, and then, like some of the relay competitions, everybody being on the same page, and I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, right?
There is, and it's not a sport that everybody has been exposed to growing up.
Yeah.
So most people have seen a football game or seen a basketball game on TV, or they were around while it was going on. We're usually in pools, which are hidden in the bottom of schools, so they're not always the most visible piece of equipment.
Yeah.
They're not outside. They're not big. So it's a little bit of a hidden sport, so it takes girls a little while to find it and learn it. When you come into a sport not watching it growing up, it takes a while to learn how the sport works. So we do a lot of explaining of how does the scoring work, because when you do swimming through the club, our version of AAU, it's not scored as a team sport. So when they get to high school, that's the first time we have to really explain lineup decisions. We cannot enter all of you in the 50 freestyle. That's the shortest one. They all love that. But it's a learning process to take an individual sport and twist it into a team component. And most of them, that's their first experience thinking like a team, even in an individual event.
Well, and you might turn on the Olympics every 4 years and see the Summer Olympics and Michael Phelps or whatever. And so, you're just watching and you're like, oh, wow, that's impressive, But to be able to go out and train, I mean, there's a lot of hours that's put into this to get your body ready because it's pretty physically demanding, right?
It is. So most of our practices, they might be on the longer side. They'd run an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it's a lot of face down in the water think time. That's probably it is physically demanding, but it's mentally demanding as well. You cannot pop in an AirPod and listen. We can play music over the speakers, but your ears are underwater most of the practice. So it is a physically demanding sport, and it also takes some adjustment to have that much in your head time.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Avery, how long have you been swimming?
Since I was like 7.
Okay.
A long time.
A long time. And are you at Marshalltown? Because I know there's GMG and there's West Marshall and Marshalltown, right?
I go to West Marshall.
Okay, all right. Meredith, how long have you been?
I've been swimming since like 6th grade.
About
6 years.
Okay, all right. And are you Marshalltown or?
Yes, I'm Marshalltown.
Okay, all right. So being able to grow up in a town that has swimming, or being able to grow up close, what's it like to be able to be, I guess, more exposed to swimming at a young age and be able to have a dive program and that kind of thing? Either of you.
For me, I would say I didn't quite grow up in a place that had swimming. So when I moved here and they had swimming, I thought that was a really cool opportunity. So I got started pretty much right away in 6th grade, and I was really excited to do it. And it just seemed like a new sport that I'd never heard of before.
Meredith, do you play in any other activities or anything?
I'm in choir and orchestra.
Awesome.
And that's about it.
Awesome. How about you?
I'm in wrestling and track.
How's the wrestling side? I know that's been really growing and been a really cool part of the growing in the sports side.
Yeah, it's great. I love first year wrestling. I loved it. I went to state.
That's awesome. Congrats. So you hang out with Johan a little bit, and maybe you guys work together a little bit?
No? I wrestle for West Marshall.
Oh, West Marshall, that's right. Sorry, that's right. So what's left on the docket? I know the season's kind of winding down. You've only got a couple more weeks, and I think conference is, 2 weeks or so from now?
Yeah, we are dual meet, which that's our normal meets of the year. That's just our normal competitions. I think we got 2 left. We've got Ames coming up next week.
Okay.
And then we've got Fort Dodge in about week and a half out. And then we do really enter our championship season. Our championship season is a little bit longer, though. When they did some rollback and some rearranging of sports, they lengthened out the swim season. They made sure that state volleyball never fell on the same weekend as state swimming. So if we get to state, we will be going until the second week of November.
Oh, wow.
So our dual meet is wrapping up, but our championship season is rather long. So that's been something that we've had to adjust to the last couple of years. It's a grueling 3-week stretch from wrapping up that dual meet to straight training into that championship season.
Well, I know the boys go pretty long as well, too, so that's probably why the girls and boys swim at different times, not only facilities, but also that length of schedule.
Yeah, facilities, and there's a limited number of people in each town who want to coach swimming. A lot of teams they'll share staff too. So there is a facility maneuvering, and it's just a shaft steering. We have different staff here for the girls and the boys swim team, but that hasn't always been true in previous years. But for the sport, going at the same time, it'd be the same people fighting for the same pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good deal. Leah, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, ladies, great job tonight. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, when we come back, we will talk cross country for the boys' side of things right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sauteed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com. Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
Like to work with your hands? Enjoy the satisfaction of building something that lasts and knowing you played a part in it. If so, Marshalltown Community College's construction program might be just right for you. This hands-on program is great training for a real-world job. Call or stop in to Marshalltown Community College to learn more. Fall term classes start August 28th.
Welcome back. Bobcat Live here at Wayward Social. Brandon Lewis with you. Chad Pietig is alongside. Chad, I was talking to Adam, and he mentioned that you were watching the game, and we didn't know what we were talking about, what was going on with the game, and then they didn't know. And that was an interesting deal down there, right?
It was interesting. I knew it wasn't weather related because nobody's going to stand on the middle of the field that long if it's weather related. It got to be really interesting there.
Well, we appreciate your support and what we do here at KFJB-TV. So thanks a bunch.
You guys do a great job. So
appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. And you've got a couple runners with us here. John Mollers is with us. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, good. And Ian Meyer, how are you?
Doing good.
Good. Senior and junior, right? Okay, good deal. How's the season going for you, Ian?
It's going good. We've had a lot of success this year.
Yeah.
Team that's really having some success, so it's going good.
Yeah. John, what do you think about the season so far? Your season as your junior season, getting into it here.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good.
Still got a little more progress before districts. Yeah, and then hopefully make it a state as a team.
Yeah.
If not, just individual.
Yeah. I know when we talked last year, Chad, that you could kind of see, a little bit of momentum kind of coming together for you. You guys got second at Knoxville on Tuesday night. What was that feeling to see that, you guys have really done well? You got second at the Valley Invite. It just seems like things are going really well.
Yeah, it's really a tribute to the work these guys did. These guys started their training first week of June. And these two, as well as James, who was here last time, they really pushed each other over the summer. They had a great summer of training, the best summer we've had since I've been here. And so it's really a tribute to that you put in the work and you should get some good results. And these guys have shown that. So, yeah, it's exciting. The Valley meet was fun, very competitive. This week at Knoxville, second place, only got beat by 7 points. Very competitive. It's fun to see them race up front and do that.
Ian, in your senior season, to see you guys have success, what's that kind of mean for you to be able to be part of that and then also maybe be kind of one of those leaders out there on this squad?
Yeah, it's been really special. This is the best team I've been a part of, the best team I think Coach has coached in quite a long time. So really cool to have some success and see it from my sophomore year when I started cross country to now, just how the team has grown and as we've grown as a group. So yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah. How's your times been this year? You been happy with how you've been running?
I've got a little bit of work to do still, but getting there. So I've been somewhat pleased, but still got some work to do for sure.
Now, is running kind of a year-round thing for you?
Yep, for sure. Over the winter and then over the winter getting ready for track, so just keeps going.
Okay.
Yep.
So you do track as well?
Yep.
What events do you run there?
As long as I can get distance. So I love the 2 mile and anything long distance for sure.
I bet the coaches love having you on the team. Yeah. John, how about you? Your season so far, you've been happy with your times and how your progress has kind of been?
Yeah, I've been really happy with it. I do just need a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm assuming running is kind of a year-round thing for you. What other activities are you involved in, too?
I actually just quit soccer after doing it for like 8 years. So it's kind of hard, but I'm in track and cross country now.
I bet cross country and soccer is a good crossover, though, as far as training.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. The commitment level that it takes. We've talked about this a little bit before, but I mean, it's a grind on your body, unlike other. I mean, it's you never know what the conditions may be, and it's just you're battling your body and fatigue, that kind of thing.
We've talked before that we don't get in shape. When you're in a fitness-based sport like cross country, you're not working to get in shape. You are pushing your body and pushing your level of fitness, and you're never satisfied. The state champion is still working to push their level of fitness, and so that takes time. That takes months, and that's why you see these guys start in June, and they put in over 300 miles over the summer. And every course we have gone to this year, they have been about a minute and a half faster than they were last year.
Wow.
So it just goes to show, we're not, like I said, we're not a typical sport where you just try to be able to survive those 60 minutes or whatever. Mm-hmm. We literally are raising that bar and pushing that bar and pushing that bar and finding new ways to push that bar. And these guys have been great leaders. They modeled it all summer. That's continued into the fall, and they're seeing the results from it.
Looks like you got a big meet this coming Saturday. You're going to be up in Waverly.
Yeah, we'll go to Waverly. Waverly divide. There's about 66 teams, so they'll run 2 33-team races. We're in the first race of the morning. We should be very competitive in that race. Our strength is our pack running. We have our top 5 guys are all within about 30 seconds of each other, and that's a pretty nice thing to have. We don't necessarily score very well, always well in these big meets because somebody else's number one there could be between their number one and our number one could be 30, 40 guys, but we're usually ahead of their 2, 3, and 4, and so it'll be tough for us. It'll be a good challenge, but I think our real eye is on conference.
Yeah,
conference and districts is what we're really focused on. This is just a test along the way.
John, you were smirking. Are you excited seeing a big field like that, just to kind of see where you put yourself up against other guys?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite courses.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, what makes it?
It's really flat.
No hills.
and it's actually, this was brought up earlier this year on one of our coaches' podcasts that I didn't realize that Wartburg is actually the lowest course in the state of Iowa.
Oh,
so
really?
It's the only time you get to literally run below, you take what you can get in Iowa, I guess. But
yeah, for sure.
The lowest elevation in Iowa.
For sure. Yeah. John, what's your favorite, Ian, what's your favorite course to run?
I'd probably say Wartburg, Waverly still. I mean, that's the fastest course we run on, so a lot of PRs set there. So
yeah.
it's a good course.
I know you guys, a lot of the girls cross country team and the boys both like at home and also going to Ames. Are those kind of second or like a 1B?
Yeah, I would say the home course is nice. We get to run some big meets there, so that's really fun to run there.
In a big meet, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, is there much game planning or kind of planning that goes into it, or is it just you trying to be at your best?
Trying to pass guys is the biggest thing in a big meet. Get out there and just every guy you can pass is one spot. So that's the thing in big meets you want to do.
Yeah. John, is there any strategy in a big meet like that for you?
For sure. 100% is for our home meet, ours like curves in, so you got to get out front and then also like stay on, because it like in the middle, they all aim over, and you're supposed to just go straight.
Okay.
And so that you got to get in front of that, otherwise you're going to get stuck behind, and then you're going to have a bad run.
And then you're going to have 30 people in front of you you're trying to pass. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Last question for you, Coach, as you get ready. I know kind of want to be hitting at that peak, right, as far as your times go and how you're feeling. How do you get your body ready, and how do you get your team ready for the final kind of grind in that last push?
You don't change very much of what we've been doing. We'll shorten stuff up. We'll still keep the intensity. That's what keeps the body awake, so to speak, telling it what it's supposed to do. I always say there's no secrets in cross country. The science is out there. The training is out there. Every coach in the country is reading the same books and watching the same videos and stuff. So there's no secrets. So, but we'll fine tune and things like that. We'll talk. We've talked a little bit already about conference and who we match up with and how we can come out of that with a victory and score the fewest points, and who our number 2 needs to beat their number 2, things like that. So there's some strategy we'll work on, things like that. Today we worked on our first 600 meters of our course, working on our pacing to make sure we're getting out, but not too fast. So there's different things that we'll work on here these next few weeks as we get closer towards conference and district.
Yeah. You were rained out against Newton, right?
We were, yep.
Yeah. So what happens on a rain? Are there any off days in cross country?
Well, that day we ended up canceling practice because of lightning. Went to the school and then decided lightning delay. We were just gonna go home, but
yeah.
The answer to that is normally no.
Yeah.
But
hit the streets.
The athletic director might have been standing by the door and said, "You're not going outside." So
yeah, good stuff. And do you have some more runners back here with us?
Got a good chunk of our team over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who we got out here? If you can name them all or see them all.
Well, there's Jacob. There's Preston, and Carter, and Isaac, and Parker, and Cager. Who am I missing over there?
Miss James.
Miles. Oh, James over here. Yeah. There we go. Did I get everybody?
Awesome.
So
Good deal.
Quite a few group here that came out to support these guys, and that's what these guys do every day. They're such a tight group. They support each other in practice. Everything they do is kind of one big group, so it makes it a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I bet it keeps you coming back every day, right?
This year, yeah, absolutely. This is a fun year. This is a year that makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, thanks so much for coming out, Chad.
Thanks for having
Appreciate it as always. John, Ian, great job tonight. Good luck rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we'll talk about. Did you hear the golf team? They won conference.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff. All right.
Set the bar for us. Give us something to shoot for.
Yeah, that is for sure. We'll talk to the golf team when we come back right here on Your Home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Sign up now for the Bowling League at Wayward Social in Marshalltown. So enjoy that like you did so many times in the past. Also enjoy their outdoor patio, Gutter Point Patio and Bar for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials each Tuesday through Friday. Happy hours from 3 to 6 p.m. Also Tuesday through Friday. It's a great place to meet your friends after work. Whether it's bowling, dining, the arcade, or your favorite beverage, Wayward Social is the place for you on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV. That's right. Oh, yeah, Carter Giannetto in the middle of things over there. I know he was the first one to be out here to celebrate you guys. Congratulations. Conference champions back-to-back, and actually going back now 3 years in a row because you guys were champs in the CIML the last year in that as well, so congrats.
Yep, the guys have been playing well and peaking at the right time. JT here has been playing well and being a good senior leader, so guys are doing the right things at the right time.
You know, Jacob, we talked to you last year on Bobcat Live, right? You were on Jacob Thiessen with us here. You were on and kind of talked about some of the guys that you looked up to. Now you're that guy that people are looking up to your senior year. You and Ryan Schmidt, two of the guys that are the leaders right there at the top. Ryan shot one over. He shot a 73. That was pretty good the other day, and you're right up there as well. You shot an 82, got 11th. I'm sure that was good feeling to come out on top there at the conference tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't exactly what I was shooting for. You know, I had a goal set in mind, but I went out there, and running out of there with a medal is nothing you can complain about, especially when the team gets the win. So,
yeah, to see the success back to back years, to be able to pile up, right? I mean, that's hard for anybody to accomplish, is sustained success. But for you guys to do it like you have, what's kind of impressed you by the group of guys that comes together every year to be able to accomplish that as a team?
Yeah, it's been cool to be a part of, cool to watch. When I came in, you know, there was those guys that I look up to, like Grant, and Ryan was always up there, but you know, you get new people like Eli Pauly, Adam Boone, Ty Faltis, and they kind of developed themselves. I mean, I got better, and I wasn't really expecting it, but you get better, and then you can see that success, and it's just a cool thing to be a part of.
Biggest thing you've worked on this year, has it been short game, driving, putting? What is it? What's it been?
It probably should be putting, but I've been working on my driver the most.
All right. So, what are you up to now as far as your drives go?
They're going pretty straight right now. I haven't gone out of bounds in a while, so that's something I'm happy about.
That's good. Yeah, I hate my driver. Here's what I do. I start pulling out the 4 or 5 iron, and then we know the driver's definitely not working.
Been there.
Yeah, Lucas Johnson with us. Coach, you have to be, they talked about it a little bit with swimming about dual coaches, and you're in that dual coach role. Easy for me to say here tonight, but being able to see the success on the girls' side and then seeing the success on the guys' side, I mean, it has to say a lot about the culture of golf here in Marshalltown.
Yeah, I mean, we're so fortunate to have great golf courses here in town, great support in not only in the school but at the golf courses as well with our professionals, and just being welcoming. And I think JT touched on a really great point, which is that you see generation after generation of Bobcat golfers who give back and support and mentor that next crew along. And so that's been just really great to see as a coach, because they're rooting for that next crew to have that continued success, and they're showing them what it looks like too.
Yeah, and they're not just doing the success here, but they're continuing it on to the next level. I know a lot of the golfers having great success at the collegiate level.
Absolutely, yeah. We just had last week, we had a couple guys take home medalist honors in their collegiate events. We had Grant Griesel win a college event, and we had Tate Carlson win a college event in the same week. So to see that continue on at the next level is really awesome.
Yeah. What impressed you the most? I know Ryan Schmidt shot a 73, Eli Pauly a 75, Jacob shot an 82 at conference. What stood out in your mind is you guys shot a 313 overall to take the championship?
Yeah, and that course is not the easiest. Just
you were down in Des Moines, right?
Long. Yep, we were at Blank Golf Course. It's a longer test. It has some long par 4s, some really gettable par 5s too, where you can take advantage of it. Ryan Schmidt competed really well out there. It came down to the final putt from a kid from Ames who knocked it in to get the win by a stroke. Eli Pauly, who's sitting right here, he had a really great round. Started off with a rough 18th hole, which was his first hole of the day, and then comes back in his next 17 holes and just plays great. Shoots a 75, and he's right up there in the top 5.
It's kind of interesting because golf, it's not like everybody lines up at the first tee and then go. I mean, you don't know where you're going to get put in most cases. Maybe if you're like the number 1 golfer, you might have a good idea of where you might start, but that process, how does that kind of get worked out?
Yeah, and the number 1 golfer on the squad usually is the 1A group, and then we kind of work backward from there. But depending on the day, you might be starting on hole 14, which might be the toughest hole on the course. You might be starting on a par 3, which is kind of awkward. So that's just those little things that we work on and hopefully prepare for mentally. And JT's been there. He knows what it's like to start on a tough hole, and you just got to play them in the order that they come.
Or one with a tight out of bounds.
Yeah.
What other? I know I see you around all the time. What other activities are you involved in?
I play tennis. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tennis and golf.
Yeah.
Two that don't really, baseball and golf don't really mix, but I'm sure tennis and golf is okay, right?
It's all right. I just can't play them at the same time.
I was a terrible baseball player, and I was a decent golfer, but that's because I was, using my 9 iron out there on the baseball field, So, what's next for you guys? So off to districts.
Off to districts, yeah. Fort Dodge Country Club. It's a great golf course. I always say it has some of the best greens in Iowa. They're a challenge. They always roll pure. Front 9 out there is a little tighter, a little tree line, and then the back 9 has a little bit more water, has some more elevation changes that you have to factor in. From what I understand, it's going to be super warm. I would guess probably a pretty strong south breeze. So hopefully we can go up there and compete well. We have 3 of the top 6 teams in the state there in Johnston, Valley, and Ankeny, who will be our main competition. But we've shown throughout the year that we can compete with anybody if we play well.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you like that course up there in Fort Dodge?
I've played it 2 times, and I played pretty bad both times. But
third time's a charm, man.
Yeah.
Third time is a charm.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much. Congratulations again. Everybody give it up. Golf program champs again in the Iowa Alliance. I still get
JV2.
What's that?
The JV team
just won tonight. Jacob
tonight,
Seeberger,
awesome,
freshman, was
awesome.
the,
Congrats.
medalist. So
yeah,
JV
that's
getting
great.
it done as well.
You got that pipeline going. Got that?
Absolutely.
That makes you sleep good at night, right?
Sure.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks so much, Lucas Johnson, Jacob Thiessen here out at Bobcat Live. Hope to have you along tomorrow night. We've got football on the air. 6:30 is the pregame. 7:30 is kickoff as Marshalltown travels to Waterloo West. I'm Brandon Lewis, our producer, Zach Tillmish. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. Thanks for coming out. Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.